Welcome to the Spotlight FX studio. Thanks for joining us today. I'm Travis Parigi, the founder at Liquid Frameworks, and I'm happy to have Matt Dana, the Field FX product manager, with us today. We're going to walk through some demos and talk a little bit about the customer self-service module. Thanks for joining us, Matt.
Thank you.
The customer self-service module from Field FX is a powerful module that allows our customers to engage with their customers electronically online. So it's a way for our customers to get closer to their customers. And this is an important thing, especially in today's economy, in order to generate higher customer satisfaction. So I thought where we would start is just find out from Matt, what are some of the most frequent things that you see people doing with our customer self-service module, and how do they leverage it within the system, within the context of our customer's customer?
Yeah, so there are multiple use cases that I see. The fairly common ones are initiating service requests, so allowing an operator or our customer's customer to log in and initiate service, right? So this is what we're trying to do, this is when we want it, this is how much it's going to cost. Unmanned well sites is another very common one. You may have, especially in the water hauling business, the customer's not always on site to sign for a field ticket. And so they can log into the customer self-service portal, view the field ticket, dispute any charges if necessary, and sign off on that field ticket. Lastly, and just another example, is quoting workflow. So a lot of times, someone from the service provider side will put together a quote within Field FX. So you are then incorporating your customer into your workflow because they can log into the self-service portal, they can view that quote, they can approve it, you can go back and forth and negotiate on that. Before finally the quote is accepted and you accept the work and start doing your scheduling.
Those are great, valuable use cases. Well, a lot of times our customers, just like us, our customers' workforce, they're on the go and they're mobile. Can I do these things not from, let's say, a laptop and a browser, but more from a phone-based type of interface? Yeah,
absolutely. So you can open up a phone-based interface, you can log into the customer self-service portal, you can approve things and incorporate them into your workflow. Another use case is on the analytics side. All the analytics are available on a phone as well. So it would be, allowing an operator to look at job progress, for example, or look at the amount of the PO that's been burned up for the money that they've allocated to the service company. So there are multiple analytics that can be viewed on a phone as well.
That's great. So I could expose the purchase order, the burn down of that purchase order, and let our customers' customers see how much of that PO they've used over time. Yeah. That sounds very powerful. Yes. So that's a lot of data. It's a lot of great information to expose through analytics. It also sounds like we're incorporating some of the pricing capabilities that Field FX brings to the table. So from a pricing perspective, we've talked in other Spotlight FX videos about complex pricing and the way CPQ works, the configure price quote module. How can this module, community or customer self-service, how can this module help our customers better negotiate and track and manage these complex contracts that often have a lot of moving parts?
Yeah, it's a good question. So it's really one of the common problems in the industry is that is one of contract compliance. So making sure that the pricing that the service company is using is the same pricing and is consistent with what the operator expects. And so incorporating your customer into the price book workflow through customer self-service allows your customer to, you're bringing multiple parties to the table. So the service company can submit the pricing agreement and the customer can then log in there, they can approve it or they can dispute charges, but it can go back and forth, but essentially they're both looking at the same data. So you don't have two different data sets floating around with potentially different prices, different item codes, et cetera.
That's great. So once that contract is negotiated through customer self-service, could I then lock that down to guarantee contract compliance and use it in the e-field ticketing module?
Yes, that's a good question. So when it's time to do a quote, once the price book is in a certain status, so let's just say approved by customer, you can attach it to a quote or you can attach it to a job, and everything that flows from that point forward ensures that you're staying consistent with that pricing agreement, and so that ensures that you're being contract compliant.
Yeah, that's great. Contract compliance is such a huge component and benefit of the Field FX product suite. Well, thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us, Matt. And we look forward to seeing you again in other Spotlight FX videos. We've got videos on every module out there, so we look forward to seeing you again. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.